Welcome to the channel, everybody. We got some pre-1961 Apba bats. We got the Cubbies traveling up to Brooklyn to take on the Dodgers. And let's take a look here at the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs.
Cavaretta,
We got leading off playing first base Phil Cavaretta. Batting second playing right field is Rig Stephenson. Batting third playing left field is Hank Wilson. Batting fourth and playing center field is we got batting fourth. Batting fourth playing center field is
Tyler,
Kiki Kyler. Batting fifth doing the catching is Gabby Hartnett. Batting sixth playing shortstop's Ernie Banks. Batting seventh playing third is Woody English. Batting eighth playing second base is Johnny Evers. And on the mound, batting ninth for the Chicago Cubs is three-finger Brown, Mordecai Brown. Now let's take a look at the hometown Brooklyn Dodgers. And leading off for the Dodgers is
Galbert,
Jake Galbraith. Batting second, playing second is Jackie Robinson. Batting third, playing center field's Duke Scott. Batting fourth, playing left field is Babe Herman. Batting fifth, doing the catching is Roy Campanella. Batting sixth, playing right field, Zach Wheat. Batting seventh and playing third base is Joe Strip. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Pee Wee Reese. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Brooklyn Dodgers is Jeff Farriff. Let's get down to the game and get it started here, folks. As Tim D's in the house. Glad to see you, Tim. Another game here. See if this one lives up to the 78 game. I don't think so. Let's switch this around here. So Cavaretta is going to lead it off for the Cubbies. And this is his 1945 season. He batted .355 with 6 homers and 97 RBIs, and he'll be going up against Jeff Pfeffer. And this is Jeff's, let's look here, 1916 season. He pitched in 41 games, started 37, was 25 and 11 with a 1.62 ERA. Here's the pitch to Phil, and that is going to be a grounder back to the mound. Easy play by Jeff. He throws over the, first for out number one. One up and one down here for the Cubbies. And that'll bring up Stephenson. Oh, Riggs. This is his 1929 season. He batted .362. He had 17 home runs and 10 stolen bases. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that'll be out number two as Wheat makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down. And we got Hack Wilson up now. And old Hack, this is his 1930 card. He batted .356, 56 homers, and 191 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. Makes him a 22 and a 9. And that is going to be a ground ball down the second. Jackie Robinson's up with it. Fires over to Darthbrith. And that'll be out number 3. The Cubbies go in order. We go to the bottom of the first. Cubs nothing. Dodgers coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. Let's see if the Dodgers can make any noise here against Mordecai Brown. Leading off for the Dodgers is
Galbert,
Jack Dalbrith. And this is Jake rather. And this is his 1913 season. And he batted .350, 2 homers, and 52 RBIs going up against Mordecai Brown. And this is Brown's 1906 season. He pitched in 36 games, started 32, was 26-6 with a 1.04 ERA. See what happens here in the bottom of the first. Yep, it is, Tim. This is a nice thing. I love this bat set. And this is going to be against the righty. We'll make him a 26. And that is going to be a ground ball down to Johnny Evers. Evers up with it. Fires over. What the heck? Fires over to first. And that'll be out number 1 for the Dodgers. That brings up Jackie Robinson now. And this is Jackie Robinson's 1949 year. Batted .342, 16 homers, 124 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Wilson and left for out number 2. So it's up to Duke, the Duke of Flatbush. Get a base hit here and get on. And this is Duke's 1954 season. He batted .341, had 40 homers and 130 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. That is going to be a fly ball out to right field. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the second with no score. And we'll have up here for the Cubbies.
Tyler.
Kiki Kyler, Harton, and Ernie Banks. Banks says it's a good day to play too. Kiki, this is his 1930 card. Batted .355. He had 13 homers, 134 RBIs. See what Kyler can do here. Yeah, it was. You got that right. Oh, man, I can't root for the Dodgers. I'm rooting for the Cubbies. And Kiki squares this one up against Jeff. See what happens here. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Kiki's aboard. Darn it, why does it keep doing that? Kiki's aboard here with a leadoff double. So runner down in second and scoring position for the Cubbies here in the second. Kiki's on board, and Gabby comes up Hartnett. And this is Gabby's 1930 season. Batted .339. He had 37 homers and 122 RBI. And against a righty, that's a 23 and an 8. 23 and an 8. And that's going to be hit down the third. And strip it. 62 on a 4 is probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He's only plays over the first. And the runner will head down the third. So now you got a runner down at third and no out and 1 out for Mr. Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub himself. This is Ernie's 1958 season. He batted .313. He had 47 homers and 129 RBIs. Can he get this first RBI of the year? And he might just do it against a righty. That could be a single against a 21. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And Herm's a 1 and a 43 on a 1. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And re-roll the dice here. A 4. And that's going to be a 56. And Kiki's going to score easy. And that's a sacrifice fly. Puts the Cubs up 1-0. And we got Woody English up now with nobody on and 2 outs. But the Cubbies are up 1-0. And this is Woody's 1930 season. He batted .335, 14 homers, and 59 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And strips up with it. Fires over the Jake. And that'll be out number 3. But not until the Cubbies score 1 and take a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Herman, Roy Campanella, and Wheat due up. And Babe, this is Babe's 1930 season. A lot of 1930 seasons in this game. Batting .393 in 1930 with 35 homers, 130 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. 7 on an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnny. He fires over to first. And that'll be out number 1. Here comes Roy Campanella. Let's see what old Campy can do here. This is his 1953 season, batted .312, 41 homers, 142 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. See if Mordecai turns this into a single. Against a righty, that'll make him a 25. And nope, that's going to be a double down the first baseline. No, he's a pull lefty. So he's going to pull that ball down the third baseline and in the left field. And Roy's standing down at second with a 1-out double. So the Dodgers got a runner in scoring position for Wheat. Zach Wheat. This is his 1924 season. He batted .375 with 14 homers and 97 RBIs. Hey, how's it going, Aaron? Here's the pitch to Wheat. And that's going to be a base on balls. So that's going to make first and second, and still only 1 out. And that'll bring up Joe Strip. And Joe, this is his 1932 season. He batted .303, 6 homers, and 64 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Joe. All of a sudden, Mordecai Brown can't find the strike zone, folks. And against the 26 and 8. 26. That's going to be hit down the second. Pop up in the shallow right field. And Johnny makes the catch. That'll be out number 2. And the runners will stay put for Pee Wee Reese. And this is Reese's 1949 season. He batted .279. He had 16 homers and 73 RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Pee Wee. Mordecai keeps falling behind on these batters. And he gets away with it because that's hit down the third. He'll go the short way over to second, and that'll end the inning. The Dodgers leave 2 and trail this game 1-0 as we go to the top of the third. You got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Cubbies. Johnny Evers, Mordecai Brown, and back to the top of the order, and Paul Cavarrete. So this is Johnny's 1912 season. He batted .341. He had a homer and 63 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. I don't know if the umpire's shrinking the strike zone, but these pitchers are having problems here with hitting the strike zone. That'll bring up Mordecai Brown. He's going to try to sacrifice Johnny in the scoring position. This is Brown's 1906 season. He batted .204. He had 4 RBIs. He tries to lay down the bunt. And that's going to be a back to the mound. Let's see. That's going to be an 0-2 pitch to Brown. He misses both attempts to bunt. They're going to keep the bunt sign on now. And he lays down a nice bunt. That's going to be down the first baseline. And the only play they'll have is the first with Jackie Robinson covering. And that'll be 1 out. And you'll 1 out now, and Johnny down at second. So you got a runner in scoring position for the top of the order, and Phil Cavarrete. And he grounded out to the mound his first time up. And that's going to be against a 20 and 8. That is going to be hit down the short. And Pee Wee is going to be a fielding column 1. He looks the runner back, fires over to first. That'll be 2 outs. And Johnny's still down at second for Stephenson on Riggs. Let's see what he can do here. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down the Pee Wee. Fires over to first. And that'll end the inning, folks. And the Cubbies leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. We got Jeff Pfeffer. Then back to the top of the order. And Jake Darbreth and Jackie Robinson. Jeff, this is his 1916, and we don't need no stinking DH. Look at that batting average. 279, no homers, and 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Jeff. You can't groove one. And that's going to be 27. That is going to be a ground ball down to Johnny. He fields it cleanly over to first for out number 1. Here comes Jake now for the second time. He grounded out to second his first time up. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's the second walk by Brown. And that'll bring up Jackie Robinson now with 1 out and a runner down at first. And Jackie flew out the left field his first time up. And that's going to be hit back to the mound, I believe. Hit by pitch, unless he's an HBO. And he's not, so that's a hit by pitch. So that's going to make first and second. The Dodgers making some noise here in the 3rd. Only 1 out. And that brings up Duke Snyder. Duke flew out the right field his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, a big strikeout. Brown's first strikeout of the game. 2 down now, and Babe Herman's up. Runners down at first and second. And the Babe is 0 for 1. He grounded out the second his first time up. Let's see what he does this time against Mordecai Brown. And that's going to be another ground ball out in front of the plate this time. And Gabby's a 9 and a 14. That'll be fielding column 1. Single to right, runner out trying to score. Nice job out there by Riggs. He throws him out, folks. Single in the right, and the runner's thrown out trying to score. And that'll end the inning, folks. So the Dodgers leave 2 on. We go to the bottom of the top of the 4th. It is still 1-0. We got Wilson, Kiki, and Hartnett due up here. Hack is 0 for 1, grounded out the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Wilson strikes out. Kiki Kyler up now. And Kiki doubled and came around to score the only run his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball unless he makes him so good. 22 note. That's going to be a ground ball down to first. And Jake takes it himself, steps on the bag for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. Hartnett's up now, and he grounded out the third his first time up. And that'll be a fly ball out to Wheaton right field for out number 3. So the Cubbies go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We got Campanera, Wheat, and Stripe due up. Roy doubled his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mordecai's second strikeout of the game. Brings up Zach Wheat. And Zach, he walked his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one off of Mordecai Brown. And that ball is hit into right field for a base hit. So runner on at first. And 1 out. That brings up Jersey Joe Strip. Let's see what Joe can do. He is 0 for 1. He popped up the second his first time up. And that's going to be against a 26. 8 on a 26. And that is going to be hit down the third. And English is a darn good fielding, but a 64, that's not going to work out very good for him. 5. You know what, a 64. And that is going to be fielding column number 3. Yes, indeed, it is. And that's going to be out at first. Runner's going to make it down to second. That's a swing and a miss. Sorry, that's a strikeout. He's got the OX, Mordecai does. He strikes Joe out. So now there's 2 outs and a runner still at first for Pee Wee Reese, who reached on the fielder's choice his first time up. Against the 25 and a 9. And that is going to be popped up down the third. And English makes the catch out in shallow left field. And the Dodgers strand another one. We go to the top of the 5th. Cubbies 1, Dodgers nothing. We got Banks up. He had a sacrifice fly his first time up. He'll be followed by English and Evers. Here's the pitch to Ernie. And Mr. Cubby, that's going to be a rare play, a 42 on a 39. And that's hit down the second. And Jackie's an 8 on a 36. 8 on a 36. And that's going to be fielding column number 1. And that's going to be out at first, runner to second. And let's get the right board here. We need the right board. That's what happened here. And 13. Still hit down to second, and that's going to be just a nice play down there by Jackie. Nice dive and stop, throws it over to first and gets Ernie for out number 1. And now we got English up now. And Woody is 0 for 1. He grounded out the third. And that's going to be a base on balls. English trots on down to first. Second walk of the game for Jeff. That brings up Johnny Evers, the runner down at first and 1 out. Johnny walked his first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. And all of a sudden, Jeff can't find the strike zone. And he doesn't take advantage of it. That's a fly ball out to Snyder in center. He makes the catch for out number 2. Now to bring up Mordecai Brown. Got a sacrifice bunt his first time up. English down at first. Here's the pitch to Brown. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Herman's got it. And that'll end the inning, and the Cubbies strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and the bottom part of the order due up here for the Dodgers. Pfeffer, and then back to the top of the order, and Darbreth and Robinson. And Jeff is 0 for 1, grounded out the second. And he gets a hold of this. Mordecai grooves one. Jeff shows we don't need no stinking DH. And that ball is lifted in the right field. I don't make it out there to the wall. And he's got himself a 1-out double, folks. So the tying run down at second. Back to the top of the order we go. Can the Dodgers get the run here, folks? Brith's up. He is 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out the second. See what he does with a runner in scoring position now. And that's going to be infield. I'm sure they got a damn good infield. Let's see here. That's a 3. That's a 12. 20, 25. That's 33 right there. Yep. So they'll be filling column number 1. And that's going to be a foul out down the left field line. And Ernie makes the catch. And Jeff will have to stay put there at first. At second, rather. That's a foul out down the short. And that'll bring up Jackie Robinson now with a 1 out and a runner down at second. Robinson's 0 for 1. flew out and got hit by a pitch. And he squares this one up, folks. This is going to tie the game up at the least. And that ball is high. Let's see how far that'll go. He's a G. He might keep this in the ballpark against the righty. That'll make him a 26. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Jackie Robinson turns on this one in the left field. Hack Wilson turns around and watches it leave. That's 2-1 Dodgers, folks. Jackie gets even with being hit by the pitch. And just like that, it's now 2-1. We got the Duke up now. He's 0-2, flew out and struck out. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out the left field. So he's flown out to the corners. Now it'll make 2 down for Babe Herman. And Herman's 1-for-2, singled his last time up. And that'll be a base on balls. So the Babe will walk on down the first. And Campy's up now. See what Roy can do with a runner on at first and 2 outs. And the Dodgers now up 2-1. We got to get a pitcher. I just noticed old Pee Wee Reese doesn't have a photo. So I have to figure that out. Campy, like I say, he's doubled and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Wilson. That'll end it. But the Jackie Robinson home run gives the Dodgers a 2-1 lead. We go to the top of the 6th. It is going to be top of the order due up here for the Cubbies. Carvanete, Stevenson, and Wilson. And let's see what Phil can do. He's 0-2, 2 ground outs. And against the 20, that'll make him he'll stay at 20. That's going to be a nice play down at short by Pee Wee Reese. Dives up the middle, stops that ball, throws over to first, and that'll get the first out. Here comes Riggs Stevenson up now. And Riggs is 0-2. He's flown out the right and grounded out to short. And that'll be a ground ball back to the mound this time. That'll be an easy out. 2 up and 2 down. And that brings up Hack Wilson now. And he's 0-2. Grounded out to second and struck out. And that's going to be a pop-up and short. And Reese makes the catch near the mound for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got Wheat, Stripe, and Reese due up here for the Dodgers. And Zach's 1-for-1. He singled and walked. And he's going to walk again. That's not what you want to see if you're a Cubbies fan, walking the leadoff batter, already down by 1. And that'll bring up Joe now. Joe is 0-2. He's popped up and struck out. And that's going to be 39. Let's see here. The pitcher is a 1. So that's going to be a rare play. The runner down at first on a 39. Have to re-roll the dice. Be a 53 and a 39. 53 and a 39. That'll be 15. That'll be hit down the second. And Johnny is an 8. And a 63. That'll make him a fielding column 3, I'm sure. Just barely. Just barely makes him a fielding column 3. First on air, drop fly, runner to third. And batter to second. So that's a 2-base error by Johnny down at second. Not a good play at all. So runner on first, goes 2 bases, and so does the batter. So we got second and third and nobody out here, folks. That'll make the Cubbies bring the infield in. Mordecai Brown in all kinds of trouble here with a walk and an error. And that brings up Pee Wee Reese. And like I say, the Cubbies will have the infield in. And Reese is over 2. He's reached on a fielder's choice and popped up. And a 35. That's going to be a base on balls. That'll load the bases now. They go out and talk to Mordecai. And here comes Jeff up. Beefer. And he is 1 for 2 with a double. Again, they'll keep the infield in, hopefully, to get the old Forsyth home and a double play down the first. Here's the pitch to Jeff. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strikeout number 4. That's a big one. And now there's 1 out. They'll still keep the infield in. See what old Jake can do here. Jake is 0 for 2 with a walk, grounded out and popped up. And not this time, against a 26. And that's going to be a single in the center. And that'll score 2 easily. Will Reese make it the third? That is the question. That is the question on a 49. He should score. Kiki's got a good arm out there, though. 39, 49, right? 49. Yeah, 49. Minus the 34 plus the 18. Yeah, he's going to make it down there without a throw. So that's a 2-run single, RBI single. Now runners at first and third with 1 out. And again, they'll have to keep the infield in. And it is now a 4-1 ball game, folks, as the Dodgers just busted this game open. And here comes Jackie Robinson, who's already hit a 2-run homer in this game. And he has been hit by a pitch and flown out the left. Here's the pitch to Jackie. And that's going to be hit down the second. And Johnny doesn't screw the pooch this time. Makes a nice play. That'll be fielding column 1. And that'll be a double play to end the inning. The old 4-6-3 double play. But the Dodgers score 2 more and take a 4-1 lead. We go to the top of the 7th. We got Kyler, Hartnett, and Banks due up here for the Cubbies. And Kyler's 1 for 2 with a double, grounded out the first his other time up. And here's the pitch to Kiki. And against a 22, that's going to be a fly ball out to Herman in left field for out number 1. And Gabby's up now. Let's see if Gabby can get a 1-out rally started here for the Cubbies in the 7th. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out and flown out. He gets a base on balls. The Cubbies will take it. They need base runners. That brings up Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks. See if he can deliver here for the Cubbies. Runner down at first. He's 0 for 1. He does have a sacrifice RBI for the only run of the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the left. That'll be 2 outs. And up comes Woody English. Can he keep this inning alive here for the Cubbies? They like to score at least 1 run. Make this a 2-run game going into the 8th. Woody's 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Let's see what Woody can do here. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Woody launches one in the left field for a 2-run homer. And it's a 1-run game, folks. Just like that, the Cubbies are back in this game. Brings up Johnny Evers now with 2 outs and nobody on in a 1-run game. And Johnny's 0 for 1, walked and flew out the center. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that's going to get the bullpen up. I don't know how much longer they're going to go with Jeff. Brown's up. They're going to let him release Brown's up. And Brown is 0 for 1. Had a sacrifice bunt, flew out to center. Let's see if he can do what his counterpart did. You remember, old Pfeffer, he doubled. Here's the pitch to Brown. And that's going to be against a 21. And that's going to be popped up down the third. Joe's got it, and that'll be out number 3. But the Cubbies scored 2 on a 2-run homer. And this game is now 4-3 as we go to the 7th inning stretch. You got Snyder, Herman, and Campanella due up here for the Dodgers against Mordecai Brown. The Duke is 0 for 3. He's flown out to the corners left and right and struck out. And that's going to be a rare play 40 with a 12. And that's going to be a 25. And the team, let's see here, the team here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 18, 26, 31, 39, 40. It'll be a fielding column 2. And what was that? It was a 12 on a 40. Was that right? 12 on a, yeah, 12 on a 40. And that's going to be a strike 1 on the Duke. So we got an 0-1 count on Duke. Let's see if Mordecai can get him out here. And he's going to hit that ball right back to Mordecai. No, he's not. That's going to be a swing and a miss. So he strikes him out. 1 down here. Brings up Herman. Let's see what the babe can do. He's 1 for 2 with a single. He walked his last time up. And he's going to walk again. That is the 6th walk given up by Mordecai. Brings up Roy Campanella now. The runner down at first and 1 out. Campy's doubled, struck out and flew out the left. And against a 25. And that's going to be popped up down the short. And Ernie's got that in shallow left field. And that'll be out number 2. And up comes Zach Wheat now. Here's the pitch to Wheat. Zach is 1 for 1. He's walked twice and singled. And that's going to be a 9 against a 22. And that's going to be an infield hit. Zach beats that ball out. Hit down the third. English throws over, but Wheat speed gets down to first. So now we got first and second and 2 outs. And Mordecai needs to keep this a 1-run game here, folks. First and second for Joe. Joe's 0 for 3. He did come around the score. He reached on an error, popped up and struck out. And he gets a hold of this. This game ain't going to be tied any longer. Mordecai Brown can't get that all-important 3rd out. That's going to be a 6, and he's not an L or an M. That's going to be a double in the center field. And Wheat with a 51. He doesn't have great speed, Wheat don't. Let's see here. 51 minus a 34 plus 9. 26 or lower, he'll score. So let's see, 26. That'll be a 52 or lower. He comes in and he makes it. That's a 2 RBI double or strike. And just like that, they get both of those runs back, the Dodgers do. Mordecai Brown couldn't keep the game at a 1-run game. Now Pee Wee Reese is up. This might be the last batter for Mordecai. one way or the other. Pee Wee's over 2s, walked, reached on a fielder's choice, and popped up. And that's going to be against the 19 minus 1 on a 9. And that is going to be a ground ball down the second. That'll end the inning. But the Dodgers scored 2 and take it back to a 3-run lead as we go to the top of the 8th. The top of the lineup's up. Like I say, the Cubbies got the bullpen up. They got the Deacon up. Let's see who's due up. You got some righties, a lefty, and a righty. So they'll probably bring in a righty. The bottom of the inning here. And we got the top of the order due up for the Cubbies. Phil's 0 for 3, grounded out 3 times, twice to short and once to the mound. And that's a swing and a miss. And all of a sudden, Phil with a 3-run lead's filling it. That's 1 down here in the 8th. Riggs Stevenson's up now. And Riggs is 0 for 3. He's flown out and grounded out twice, the short and the mound. And he gets a hold of this one, though, folks. He squares this up. That's what the Cubbies need is base runners. That's going to be a double in the right field. So just like that, that'll get the bullpen up for the Dodgers. As Jeff's due to lead off the 8th. I'd like to see him get through this inning. They can't let him go too long. Another runner gets on, they'll have to pull him here. Hack Wilson's up. 1 swing of a bat, and Hack can make this a 1-run game. He's 0 for 3, grounded out. The second, popped up to second and struck out. And that's going to be a 9 against a 22. That's going to be hit down the short. And Pee Wee is a 9 down there with a 15. That'll be fielding column run. He looks to runner back to first. Fires over to first for out number 2. So it's up to Kiki here. See if he can get something done here with 2 outs. He's 1 for 3 with a double. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Zach Wheat. That'll do it to Cubby Strand 1. We go to the 8th, bottom of the 8th. It's 6-3. And let's see here. Browns do up 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're just going to go ahead and make the pitch and change and not do a double switch. That'll be it for Mordecai Brown. So he goes 7 innings, gives up 6 runs on 8 hits. Struck out 5, walked 6. That was his downfall, was the walks. So the Deacon's going to come in here. Pascal is going to come in, the Deacon. What year is this for him? This is 1940. Born. He's going to try to keep this a 3-run lead. The Cubbies a small chance in the top of the 9th. He, like I say, pitched 46 games, 31 starts, a 250 average with a 20-13 record. And are they going to let Jeff finish this game? I don't think they are. I think that's going to be it for Jeff. They're going to have a pitch hitter come out here. So who's going to come out here and pitch hit? If I can pick these darn cards up. Bring out a lefty off the bench. And let's see. You got Frederick, Gillum. I think it's going to be Frederick's going to come off the bench. Yep. Johnny Frederick's going to come off the bench. Come in here and pitch hit for Jeff. Try to extend this lead even further. There's Johnny. And this is Johnny's 1929 season. He has 24 homers, batting .328 with 75 RBIs in 1929. Nobody on, no out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. That'll be out number one rather. Get it right, won't we? So one down now, back to the top of the order. Let's see here. We might as well put the pitcher in here. I don't think they're going to bat around. So he's going to come out here and try to save this game. And it looks like Don Newcomb will come in to pitch. So Newcomb's going to come in to pitch. Now we got top of the order and Jacob. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run single. 2 RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a rare play here with nobody on. 37, make sure. And yep, 37 on 13. And that'll be a foul ball. Strike one on Jake. And he ends up walking, folks. So there's a runner down at first and 1 out for Jackie Robinson, who's already homered in this game. Jackie is 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI homer. He's grounded out, flown out, and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be against a righty. Going to make him a 20 and an 8. 20 and an 8. That is going to be a fly ball out the right field. That'll be 2 down now. So it is up to the Duke to try to extend this lead. They're already up by 3. And that's going to be another fly ball out the Riggs and right field. That'll end the inning. The Dodgers strand 1. We go to the top of the 9th. The Cubbies need to score 3 to tie this game up. Hartnett, Banks, and English due up here in the 9th. Gabby is 0 for 2. He did walk and came around to score, and we need to get old Newcomb in the ball game here. There's Don. See what year this is for Don. 1956. He pitched in 38 games in 56. 36 starts, was 27 and 7 with a 3.06 ERA. Like I say, he'll be facing Gabby. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ball right back to him. Newcomb, as soon as he gets in the game, makes a nice play over to first for out number 1. Here comes Ernie now. The Cubbies need base runners. Can Mr. Banks get aboard here with 1 out and nobody on? He's 0 for 2. He had that sacrifice RBI. And that's going to be a ball hit down back to the mound. Newcomb is a 2 and on a 41. Does he make a nice play here? And yes, he does. He snares that ball, fires over to first, and that'll be 2 comebackers to the mound and 2 outs. And that leaves it up to Woody English. English is homered in this game, folks. Can he do it again? Or at least get on base? He is 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer. Here's the pitch to Woody. And this will do it. That's a swing and a miss. And that's your ball game, folks. The Dodgers win 6-3. Beat up on Mordecai Brown. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. Take a look here at the box score. And the Cubbies, 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Dodgers, 6 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The only big hit for the Cubbies was that 2-run homer by English. He was 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Only left 4 men on base. Jeff Pfeiffer, he did a hell of a job. And the Dodgers, you had Zach Wheat was 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Nice game by Zach. And the Dodgers, 4 for 5. They came through with runners in scoring position. They left 9 on. You had Jackie Robinson with that big 2-run homer. And Mordecai Brown goes to 0-1, 7 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned. Walked 6. That's what did him in was the walks. Struck out 5 and gave up a homer. Oh, thank you, Tim D. I appreciate it, man. And old Deacon comes in, pitches an inning, gives up a walk. And Jeff Pfeiffer goes 1-0, out pitches Mordecai Brown, goes 8 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 2, did give up that home run, but that was it. Newcomb comes in, gets his first save of the year, goes 1 inning, struck out 1. Again, I want to thank Tim D, Aaron Reed for stopping by today. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. And on your way out of Brooklyn, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, you all have a great afternoon and take care. You almost had the great comeback, huh? Yep. Then Mordecai gives it up in the 8th inning. Alrighty, you have a good one, Tim.